Welcome back, y'all. It is me, Big T. We are back with another one. It's been a hot motherfucking minute. I'll tell you the truth. We still gonna keep the show on the road. You know, life happens, and it's a process to keep something like this by yourself, solo dolo, for the most part. And that's okay. That's okay. That's the type of platform we are. And I love these connections that I make with these artists, and we got another great one here. But I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic to him. Let him introduce himself, and yeah, it's up from here.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Babyface, aka Villa. You know what I'm saying? Native from Louisiana, Baton Rouge. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Repping that 225. So glad to be
Yeah,
here.
and Rouge, woo, man, that's the home of the heavy hitters when it comes down to the South for real. Like, and you know what? You up there on our list. You up there
Okay,
on our
so
list. Giving your music a re-listen, man. It's just like, yeah, you different. I know there's some songs people could edge out, be on the edge of like, oh yeah, he's trying to be like Playboy Cardi, but no, you dig a little deep into your catalog. Hell no, you way different. You way
yeah,
different. A lot of niggas coming from down south.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, just coming from like down here, the sound is like particularly like one thing. So, kind of like having that kind of outlook and not being in the same kind of ear as like my just like the people around me and shit like that. I kind of like noticed that like super early on, like when I first started making music and shit like that. So I just feel like, only time gonna tell how far we can push the boundaries as far as like being down here and just down south and shit like that. So yeah.
Hell yeah, man. You definitely pushing those boundaries with the sound and everything. Now, Louisiana, there's a lot of culture there. There's a lot of history there. Even going back to Hurricane Katrina, which recently it was just the 20-year anniversary of that
Yeah.
happening. That was a big time in America, big time in Louisiana, big time in the South, and that was a lot. There was a lot going on. So where were you at during that time?
So around that time, like I was either like 7 or 8. I know I was just still like in elementary school. So, New Orleans got hit like the most with the hurricane and shit like that, with the floods or whatever. But we kind of got like the back end of just all of that chaos. But I had a lot of my people who stayed in New Orleans, right? And a lot of them already evacuated and they came down here. So, you know what I'm saying? Like we stayed in like a small condominium. So it's like really small area. So like imagine like 20, 30 people just packed in this just small ass crib, you know what I'm saying? And I think amongst all the chaos and just like destruction, like I have a very uplifting family. So during all of this going on, there was a lot of like smiles, happiness, you know what I'm saying? A lot of bonding time that I got to do with a lot of my cousins, my aunts, my uncles that I normally don't get to see all the time. So we kind of kept that household like really uplifting, going against just everything that was going on in that moment. So, that kind of lasted a good like 2, 3 weeks. But yeah, it was a lot. And just being that young and not understanding the severity of everything kind of puts in perspective of just like when you that young, like how your mind can kind of like tune out just like all the shit is going on around you. So yeah.
Yeah. So how did that plus how you grew up play into your evolution into wanting to do music?
Um, just being down here, it kind of builds like some sort of resilience against just like life. You know what I'm saying? Life kind of hits you pretty quick no matter how old you are, and like you get a real world sense of like how people are, you know and then that kind of built me to have this like sort of mindset to kind of like just go against the odds, because like to say I'm from this small city, this small town that really isn't recognizable outside of like our bigger artists, our feats and stuff like that, and kind of like our culture, we're not really known for anything outside of like probably like 5 or 6 things, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of built me to like push forward beyond like my environment. and also with just a musically inclined family. I was just always around that from my sisters, from my aunt and my mom singing in choir and my uncle rapping. So that was just always instilled in me, like the purpose of just like music was always blatantly in front of me, whether I was paying attention to it or not at the time. So
Yeah, for sure. Now, when you say musically inclined, what kind of music was everyone around mostly? What did you grow up with?
really it's like early 90s, late 90s stuff. So, from my environment's perspective, it was like a lot of Boosie, a lot of Boosie being played. But from my household, which I feel like is the diversity coming in, my mom was real big on like R&B, like people like Prince, Michael Jackson, stuff like that. Jennifer Hudson, just stuff like that. And then my dad was like a real big like mixtape head, so he was just always going to download tracks like off the internet, like right before like what I'm saying, streaming. It was like LimeWire and shit like that. We had to burn shit on CDs and shit like that.
Yeah,
So he was in that area. He had like a Walkman. I think that was my first introduction as like a young kid. So it varies from just like a lot of stuff playing on the radio, but like a lot of Kanye West, Pharrell, Jay-Z, Nas, um, Tribe Called Quest, just like all those names. You know what I'm saying? A lot of like East Coast raps, Biggie, shit like that. It
oh
was
yeah,
like a real versatile like palette of just different things that were just always in my ear. So
yeah. It was a very diverse mix of sounds that you had around. How did
yeah,
all that kind of mix up and start to where you started creating your sound?
I think like for me it was more of the approach of like music more than like maybe the sound. Like I don't know, like early on I understood like kind of like music theory like without really studying it, and just like the like song structure and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like how to approach a song, how to write a song. uh I think those things kind of like got into like my approach, but I don't know, it was just so many things going on at the time to where it was like I couldn't really depict exactly how it kind of helped with my sound particularly. I can just say like specific things kind of I cater to certain things. Like I'm a real big like Pharrell fan, so the Sonics, I was aiming for that sort of like approach. And then just from there, like we had a previous conversation like with the ADHD thing. I just think my mind was just so curious as to like what can I make, that I was just so experimental even without me like uh like blatantly taking from something. Like
Yeah.
honestly, if I'd never listened to nobody, I think my curiosity would have got to me and I still would have been an experimental person. So
Oh yeah, for sure. And I definitely hear the experimental side of you through your music. What kind of like, not to put yourself in a box, but like, how would you describe your sound?
damn, I had a whole word for that shit, but I think like to put it all in one thing, I call it like mood music. And what I mean by that is kind of like you get to feel what I feel in the moment of what I'm making, to the point where it's like human music. Like you might get some angry shit, you might get some sad shit, you might get some shit where I'm feeling like, I'm feeling cool. So I'm talking about like how trim I am, or like the swag, or like how I'm dressing and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like that is like the best way to depict it, because like I'm kind of like like I don't know why I'm thinking about it, like a bad parlay. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be the same thing every single time. So
Yeah.
it's like
No,
I'm the
seriously.
risky parlay. Like you think it's gonna be this, but it's gonna be this, and then you think it's gonna be this, but it's gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? So it's always gonna vary. Like my next single ain't gonna be my last single, and my next tape ain't gonna be like my last tape. Cause I don't know, it's just I just feel like there's so much to create and there's so much on my mind that I have to get off that it can't be depicted in one frame of mind. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I think that's like the best way to put it. Like I make just mood music, however I'm feeling in the moment is whatever you get, and I'm kind of making every move so you can get each and everything that you feeling. Like some of my discography you gonna find for whatever you feeling in that moment.
yeah, I definitely like that because that's the thing about music. You know, like you going through your life, going through a lot of life situations, experiences that really build you up as character. But when you get down and you get that right instrumental in your ear, and you writing and you coming up with the music, it's just really what you're feeling in the moment. Like it's just a whole lot of emotions,
Yeah,
going
bro.
into it. And
Yeah,
it could be an angry emotion, happy, sad. You never know what you're gonna
real
get
talk.
every time you sit down and record. And
Real talk.
that's the fun thing. It's like a dice. You don't know which side it's gonna land on, but it's gonna be
Exactly.
good either way.
Exactly. Like that's kind of like the most exciting thing with me is just making music. Like it's not like a schedule or like a certain formula. Like I'm literally like doing whatever I'm feeling in that moment. And then honestly, like the beats, they honestly talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like how I like to describe it is like how can I translate what this beat is telling me? Because like I feel like all beats
Yeah,
are speaking in some sort of way. So I feel like that also helps with the mood as well.
yeah, that definitely kind of relates to what I recently said in my one of my most recent poems, my first poem I ever recited, "Everything Blue." You know, um, for me, colors mean a lot. Blue itself, its reflection, you think about the sky, you think about water, you think about the calmness and the dangers of water that it has. You think about why is the sky blue? Well, it's because there's a whole lot of the sun, the reflection, the moon. It's a lot of science behind it. But not
Hmm.
only that, it's an emotion. Blue can be whatever it needs to be to you. But also when it comes down to music, blues,
Hmm.
they were just letting that guitar play. Because
Literally.
they can sing, they promise you, them artists, the blues artists could sing their soul out, but that wasn't a true, they were the backup singers. The real
Exactly
singer
to
was
the
that guitar,
guitar.
you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Or the harmonica, that was the real singer.
Yeah,
That
real
was the
talk.
lead vocals.
Yeah, like I think that's kind of like where it even stems from, and I feel like we need to give a little bit more props to like our producers. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, music originally came from just sounds before somebody spoke with the sounds. So I
Exactly.
mean, that's why I always say like the beats and these instrumentals and these productions that we're already hopping on are already telling a story. How can we complement it as well as speak our mind with it? So. That's kind of
Think,
just my approach and everything.
like think about Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. God damn, that is so much being spoken in that. Cause you just
Literally,
go through, you just have that shit, and you just going through the emotions for real. Like,
literally, bro.
God damn.
And he didn't even have to say a word. Like he didn't have to promote it. He just dropped it, and everybody just felt it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right, for real. Like, man, if some, like, I know there's still classical artists today, but hey, they don't get talked
yeah,
about enough in the
yeah,
other rooms. But they getting talked about enough in everything else. To
yeah.
really break it down though, on everything that you got going, what would you say is your top five
Top five what?
artists all time?
Mm. I feel like as artists, we always love this question. Uh, uh, I'm gonna just go off the top of like what I'm thinking, cause like that question kind of just varies over time. But I'm gonna just go with the two juggernauts, like Biggie and Pop.
That's
Just
what we
can't
go.
like it's just like I just feel like the foundation was laid down from them, so you can't really ignore that. But actually, no, I'm gonna keep them right there. I'm gonna keep them right there just for right now. But after that, I'm gonna go Wayne, big influence. You know what I'm saying? And just coming from the south and just crazy. Then I'm gonna go like Kendrick, only because like he kind of got me into like making music, like listening to his Good Kid, Mad City was the reason why
Yep,
I'm
that was
here
a lot
today.
of.
Like,
Yeah, that was definitely
literally,
a big intro for me. So
literally.
yeah.
And I'm gonna just go. I think I'm gonna just go Nas. You know what I'm saying? It's just
I
like
ain't gonna lie,
classic.
you probably got the most artists top 5 lists I heard in a while.
Yeah, bro.
Honestly.
Like honestly, like I wasn't trying to go like a certain route. You know what I'm saying with like new age artists, because I feel like time hasn't been told yet to really like tell. So I feel like with them, like that's really gonna I feel like that's a cool little vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely. How would you say? What would you say is like your top top song from each artist?
Hmm. Damn, I ain't never really think about that shit. Um. Damn, I ain't never get asked that shit. Hold on, now I gotta think. So I'm gonna start off with like Kendrick. I think with him, real on Good Kid, Mad City. I don't
Yeah,
know. It's something about only because like that song
yeah.
specifically transitioned me. Like that
It's
was the
usually it
specific.
tends to be that song or "Sing About Me."
Yeah, so really it's like Sing About Me, Real, and Dying of Thirst. Like those three, it's really one song. Like, cause they all
Yeah,
combine into this whole experience. Like, I gotta keep that shit like but without Real, I think that was the first time like I feel like I like cried to like a song for real, for real. But
I'm
at the
saying, yeah.
same time, like it was like my world just changed, like my whole perspective changed, like after listening to that song. So
Oh yeah.
like I have to keep that shit. Yeah. Fuck. With Wayne, it was a lot of like mixtape songs, so I couldn't really tell you like a specific song. I think Comfortable is like up there for me. Like I just like that vibe, like how he
Yeah.
able to just like how he able to eat these songs but still tell a story and then keep it kind of like calm. I don't know how he did it. Like it's just a way that he does things. Like and specifically on that song, it's just like you got this like R&B type of like beat, but he rapping on like a real like boom bap like beat. So
Yeah.
um I want to say it ain't hard to tell by Nas off of Illmatic, but I don't even know if I'm getting the title right, but you know what song I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song is just like because like I originally heard the sample from like that Michael Jackson song, and I forgot what song that was, but that song kind of resonates with me like pretty well.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You just got. I ain't gonna lie. You just got a whole lot of conjunction of music within you. That's like knowing that you're gonna be part of the next list of major artists to, be out there, be in front of the lines.
Yeah,
I can see that for sure. At the
appreciate
Grammys,
you.
whatever it is, for
Yeah, yeah, son. That's what we trying
like
to get to. You know
you
what I'm
know what I
saying?
mean.
Like,
Speaking to fruition, for real. Like I can see it, and all that mixed up just is what we need to hear. It's not enough of it, and I'm glad I was able to find you out. You know what I mean. I hope I could put somebody onto you. You know what I mean.
yeah, hell yeah. I mean, it all
Like
starts from just like these small interactions. You know what I'm saying? It's like I think what we do is like we take these things for granted. I'm a very patient person, so I already know like time going to where I'm gonna end up. Like that's why I don't really stress or trip about it because I think even just doing this is like a feat towards the greater shit. So, um,
yeah,
no, I'm just kind of happy to just be here and just like experience just, you know what I'm saying? Just right now. Cause like, it's not going to be like this forever. And I know like when it gets to the
that's the
crazy
truth.
shit, it's going to happen like I'm not even gonna have time to even reflect on the earlier times or earlier days or just shit like this.
That's
So
the truth. And And when that time happens, at least you'll have this to go back look on.
hell yeah, she said.
Oh yeah. Now that we got that segment out the way, we definitely want to start getting into more like your mindset on the world around you, or just your mindset in general on where everything's at. Like what would you say are some of the pros and cons of the music, whether it's the music industry or just doing music itself?
I think with like the industry, uh, I think I would say maybe like a couple years ago, I would just feel like the gatekeeping of the just kind of getting into things was just so bad to the point where it was like strictly on who you knew and not like your talent and stuff like that. But I think I can speak on just like now, just like I feel like the industry is based off of numbers and like I guess like perception more than talent and just like longevity. You know, I feel like we're dealing with a lot of people who are looking to like make a profit, and it's always been like that, but now with the technology, people can go through analytics and shit like that to justify whether somebody's able to do this and somebody's able to do that, which I think is the wrong way to do it. Because if you look at our juggernauts that have been doing the game for the longest time, like it wasn't based off of analytics, it was based off of talent and just like raw like hunger and hustle for what, you know what I'm saying, what you want out of this shit. But nowadays it's all about numbers. Like as hard as I may be or as good as music as I can make, and you know what I'm saying, I can make these masterpiece ass fucking projects and these songs, if the numbers aren't aligning, they won't even pay me no mind. You know what I'm saying? So I think we need to kind of like pivot from that. But as far as the industry goes, I think that's kind of why we're getting a lot of like come and go acts. Like you get a lot of new people and they don't stand on it, or you get, I don't know, like some people that they put a lot of budget and money into, and you can obviously tell, like you can see that shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, the feeling ain't there, the songs ain't there. Like they look good, the aesthetic good, they're marketable. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is based off of brand, which is it's always been, but it's specifically our branding. Like if your branding not on point, if you don't have the look, if you don't have the appeal, then you definitely not gonna get the looks at all. Like people don't even want to invest into that to get the dollar back. They want it right now. Like so, and then just the process of making music, I think it kind of goes hand with the industry. I think with us being creatives, being in this internet space, we can't really create with a clear conscience because you know we creating amongst all of this competition that we can see not only in the real world but online. And online is way worse because now what we doing, we're comparing ourselves to the next man and saying why I'm not here, why I'm not there. So what that does is hurt the creative process in multiple ways, whether that be genuinely creating from you.
Yeah.
Now you're creating from what you see people liking, which is not how you do it. Or you're comparing yourself, so now you're not even genuinely being 100% in your artistry because now you're comparing. Now that can cause you to not make shit, make weaker music, or make sound alike music to keep up with a certain thing. But I think with artistry, we all have to realize like going within and creating from your own aspect is the trend. That will be the wave. You know what I'm saying? Like as much as unique or versatile or different or experimental as I am now, eventually it'll become the standard, and then it won't be so different and experimental, but it started from those spaces. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
some people think fuck it, if like Moneybag Yo or Lil Baby going up, that's what I gotta make to get it, to make it. But you gotta understand that they made their own shit to be recognized as mainstream or the norm. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about.
Yeah,
So
going back to NWA, at the time they were something experimental and were different. Wu-Tang, they were something that, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Everybody had their time, and at their time they separated themselves, but that separation kind of came all together with everything else.
literally. So that's how I kind of just look at this shit. But it both kind of go hand in hand. I just think as creators, we just gotta do better at like keeping center with what we want to create, and
Yeah.
then everything just gonna fall into place.
Oh yeah, for sure. What would you say is some of your marketing experiences? I know in this day and age, they say we're in the content creation era of music where you always just gotta post, make 5, 10 videos of your lyric videos and all that, which I do want to get to your videos next for sure.
Mhm.
But what would you say is your marketing experience like?
So recently, bro, I think the craziest part is like, I was never really into just like the marketing space. I was just more in the just making music, creating it. But I think when I started getting past like the place of just like making music for fun and shit like that, I kind of wanted to see some sort of like growth within my brand, you know what I'm saying? So I just been having to figure different ways out to kind of just like invest in myself, you know what I'm saying? Like just with just like simple things like ads and just trying to put myself out there with like other people reposting me, networking and shit like that. Like, I mean, uh, I recently, I guess this year, really been doing it a lot more because I mean, I think you probably seen me based off an ad or some shit like that, and that and just consistency. Like, I'm the worst at consistency. Like, it's bad, bro. Like even now, saying like I've only dropped 2 songs this year, which is kind of bad because I'm like, I invested in these songs, of course, so it got me to where I'm at now, but that's not enough, you know what I'm saying? So, recently just getting new management and shit like that, they've been trying to tell me how I need to stay consistent at something. So, I think that's the hardest feat with me and just a lot of creatives is that consistency and this day and age of just like, short attention span. Like you can
Yeah.
only pay attention to like a couple seconds before you understand if you focus on them or not. And it's crazy, like respectfully, that's always been around because like, like I've been growing up with the internet and shit like that. Like Vine was the biggest one, like the 5 seconds, like getting your point across to get a following, to get people to laugh and entertain, shit like that. But like it just never like it just never just like
It wasn't
related
enough
with
for people
me and my
to.
industry.
Yeah.
So
I made a
and
I
that
made
was
a
the main
video
thing.
literally about that. I made a literal video about that where I'm just like, I'll go back to look, like, and every time I look, one of my songs will play, and I'll have a little note. Like that shit was funny as hell. But yeah, that was like what I was. I've been talking couple close to my friends, and like that's the thing about this content creation era. As artists, we already are trying to experience our own life, have our experiences in our own lives, bringing that to our music, put the work and authenticity into the music itself, and then work in the trying to figure out the music video, trying to figure out the cover art, trying to figure out how we're going to set up the whole album or whatever. However, we're already putting so much creation and creativity into all that, and then we got to do these little side 5, 10, 15 second videos.
Right. On top of all of that, you know what I'm saying? Cause like
Bruh.
but if you don't have a team, bro, like this shit gets super like stressful. Like I think that's one of the points of just like artistry that we don't really talk about. Is like it's not about making music no more. It's not just about making your craft. It's about marketing, putting money into it, how you gonna do it, budgets, rollouts, videos. You know what I'm saying? And now you know what I'm saying. You got to do these for uh, short form content. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I guess like in a way uh because kind of recently thinking about it, like I get more acknowledgement from my short form content now than I've gotten from just the shit that I put a whole lot of money into and just a whole lot of time into. So like in a way it kind of helps because you kind of get a sense of what you need to like put more into, because like I mean the people gonna tell you which ones are the ones and which ones to fuck with. So it kind of helps the process of like um throwing darts in the dark to throwing darts in the dark just to see if you can hit the target, because like you can go up there, throw some snippets up, people gonna let you know what goes good. If something goes viral, you know, okay, let me aim for this, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of cuts the process out. But coming from a place of not doing none of that shit, then you doing it, now you have to readjust from that to the short form. Is kind of like it's a lot to keep up, and it's a lot to adjust, because now it's like you want a rapport of roll out music video,
Yeah,
lyric video, put this on this plug, you know what I'm saying? So now it's just like it's just a lot with this shit, bro. That's why it's like shout out to the people who got teams to do that for them, because like as an independent artist, that shit gets stressful, and it does show a lot of times with the inconsistency and in the art too. So
yeah, and you know, that's the thing about being an artist. Some artists do this to strictly entertain for the love of other people. Some do it because that's what they love personally. You know what I mean? Me, I like doing this shit because I love this shit. I don't do it for nobody else. But when it comes down to seeing what the artists fuck with, okay, they might fuck with this sound more. Maybe I do need to do more of this sound. True, but it also tells me these other sounds that I got, I need to perfect those too.
mm. Hell
It
yeah, I
also
never
gives
even
you
thought
a
about
chance to
that.
pay attention to the weak links and make those just as strong as what your strongest one is as well.
Literally, I always said that, like, always kind of push your stronger links while working on your weaker ones. Because I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
if you got it, you know what I'm saying. And you can make sure that this box isn't a box, and you got multiple avenues of kind of like expressing yourself. Then you can, ain't nothing really gonna stop you. So
that's the truth. That's the truth. We getting down to the last few questions before we have a few fun segments, which is finish the lyrics. First thing comes to mind, and a new one, which we are temporarily replacing with our versus series. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But we're gonna go ahead and get these questions done.
mhm.
What would you say is some of the best advice given to you? Now, this can relate to music or this can relate to life. It can relate to whatever it is.
I think it's kind of like the main thing we've been talking about is consistency. That
Mm.
in itself is like the main thing that if I would have understood early on, would have gotten me way further, like sooner. Cause like even just recently, just understanding just like the consistency of doing something a lot, you know, in a timely manner. It really just showed me that um you really can't out like beat that, like that outbeats talent, that outbeats budget, that outbeats anything, because like if you could consistently get in people's faces, consistently give product, and you know what I'm saying, and keep it going, and keeping your foot on these people's neck to where it's like, damn, like I can't stop seeing this dude, I can't stop, you know what I'm saying? So that and just genuinely do the stuff, or just genuinely do things off of the strength of love, or just what
Yeah,
you want to do on your merit, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, with this world that we in, we get tied up into everything else besides what we want to do a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? We can't have fun because of these people, or we can't have fun because we don't have this or that, or we can't create because I don't have, you know what I'm saying? I think we just need to keep and reform back into love, you know? Like, I just think that's like the universal language of any and everything. And I feel like moving off of that merit, everything else is going to work out for itself, honestly. So,
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. What would you say is some of your strengths and weaknesses?
I think my biggest strength is just my like resilience. Uh, it's like, in a way, I can't take no for an answer. I can't take defeat as kind of like an end all be all. Like, it's like in my mind, I don't take no L's. It's like I kind of like keep it in a mindset of like, okay, so what did I do wrong to understand? to do it better. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
can't really get low. I'm always in a positive mindset. I think my positivity is like my superpower at this point because like I could literally be getting my ass whooped like in a literal image like somebody's literally whooping my ass, but my mind is like, well, if you think about it, him like whooping my ass is like making my skin tougher, so it's like technically like my body getting more strong. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't my mind does not allow me to take like ass whoopings as like, oh man, it's like, damn, I'm getting stronger. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's kind of like my biggest strength. And I think like like my biggest weakness is just that like I guess I don't know how to like move on from certain things. Like I don't know how to let things just go. Like I gotta kind of like, well, we're gonna try this, we're gonna try that, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, sometimes that can hinder a lot of things, whether that be going on to something else or like paying attention to things that are working. You know what I'm saying? It's like when
Yeah.
something don't work, it's like, okay, let me focus on that instead of like, nah, all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on that actually, just trying to make sure like, you know, I'm able to like let things be and let things go. But I feel like me kind of like, I guess holding a grudge towards things and not accepting it for what it is, that might be like my weakness. But
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to try to work on, trying to differentiate if those moments happen, trying to differentiate whether it's you caring about what it is or it's more of an overreaction. I there's better words I could use in this case,
yeah,
but
yeah, I understand what you mean.
but once you find the difference between one of those, and it would help you kind of start coming to terms with different things.
Yeah.
Well, most definitely. But last question, last major question, before we get down to the fun segments, we gotta go ahead and start off with the biggest one. Local artists. Anyone you want to shout out while you at it? Baton Rouge is big, my boy. Like, damn, that's a
It's
hot spot.
crazy. As crazy as it is, it's big, but it's still small. So,
That's true.
I'm gonna just shout out my people, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of people I fuck with. Cul-de-sac, you know what I'm saying? That's my collective, you know what I'm saying? The prize of like 5 people, you know what I'm saying? It's like Wakad, Duno, Josh Simmons, Rondé, my boy Osha, you know what I'm saying? He's more
Yeah.
into the clothes and like the videos and stuff like that. Shout out Chrome World, that's some of my other partners, 10K for a pair, 44 Blank, Boy XO, Soul. It's a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Like, but these names gonna start becoming like more of a norm. So definitely looking back at this, you gonna understand like why
Oh
all
yeah.
those names are being brought up like in the now. Cause like we all the future, like what's to come next. So
For those that watching, stay on the lookout of this full video when it's properly edited and shit. Look out for those names, links in the description. I
mm,
already know. Come on now. But we're gonna get down to it. First, we have finished the lyric. Man, all I say is good luck.
oh shit. So is it like
Good
lyrics
luck.
to songs or my songs?
Lyrics to songs, other songs.
Ooh,
Your songs would be too easy,
I was gonna
motherfucker.
say like shit. Damn.
Your songs would be too easy. It'd be
I
like
feel that. I
money.
feel that. I
Money
feel that.
walk
I
for
feel that.
you.
Fuck. Alright.
Shit. You say you got R&B bet. We're gonna do some Deborah Cox. Let's see if
Alright.
we can figure this one out. So I can't sing for shit, so I'm just gonna say that shit.
Mm.
So I take my heart under lock and key to take some time to take care of me. But I turn around and you're standing here.
Next to me?
No.
No. Damn. Fuck. I ain't gonna lie. This is gonna be hard as shit because like I'm already bad at remembering lyrics. But is it like an older song, like a '90s song or some shit?
Kinda 90, early 2000.
Early 2000. Mm, Fuck. I don't know, that shit hard, son. Like, I wouldn't even remember because you put me on the spot with this
How
shit now.
did you get here? Nobody says
Oh,
you here.
oh, damn.
Yeah, yeah. All right, this is a Chris Brown song, but it's a Lil Wayne verse on it.
Okay.
Man, fuck these bitch ass niggas. How you doing? I'm Lil Tucci. I'm a nuisance.
Look at me now.
I mean, that's the song. What's the lyric? You gotta finish
Oh,
the
the
lyrics.
lyrics. I told you something. I'm bad at lyrics. Like if this kind of like a bad segment for me. Like I probably wouldn't remember half this. Like look, no jokes. Like I could barely remember my lyrics, let alone
God
like
damn.
popular lyrics, bro.
You ain't. You know
Like
what? You ain't the only one. I'm still working on remembering my own shit, and I wrote them motherfuckers like, you know what I
yeah, bro.
mean?
Like I don't
Couple of
know. It's like
times.
I don't know. It's like I'm more into the vibe, and it's like yeah. What did they just say? I'm like.
Tell you
Uh,
what, for this scenario, we will be bringing temporarily back the versus series. We're going to do a little different. So versus series is pretty simple. I'm going to name two different artists or two different groups, two different labels or whatever. You're going to choose which one's your favorite out of the two options I gave.
I bet.
That's the versus series. So first we got Temptations versus Ozzy Brothers.
I'm gonna go Isley Brothers only because like soulfully it was just like different. Like it just spoke to me a little bit more, and it's just like the twang you put on their voice is just like
Mm-hmm.
crazy. It's like shout out Temptations because you know they're kind of like one of the first like male R&B groups. You know what I'm saying to be
Yeah.
like popularized, but I do feel like they followed a certain like a certain like formula for sure. I think Ozzy Brothers went
Oh yeah.
super
So.
insane. Like they got some tracks that I listen to this day. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh
you
yeah.
know, I
Okay.
yes,
All right. We got Good Kid, Mad City versus All Eyes on Me.
good kid, man. City.
Okay.
Only
Okay.
because it changed my life. All Eyes on Me, respectfully, is in the hierarchy of hip hop albums of all time. But without
Okay.
Good Kid, Mad City, I wouldn't even be on this interview to answer this
Talk
question.
about it. Talk about
So
it. Yeah.
I can't really, I
Yeah.
can't really do it.
Oh, we got Illmatic versus The Score by the Fugees.
I'm gonna go Illmatic. It's another album that kind of like I caught on to when I really started entering like my adolescence of understanding hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Fuji's was another group that I feel like was kind of pushing things forward though. So I do want to give them credit for like pushing. You know, I'm always for the evolution of music, so I've definitely given them credit for that. But Illmatic for sure.
Oh yeah. Aquemini by Outkast versus Demon Days by Gorillaz.
Oh, fuck! Look. So they got this song called Clint Eastwood, right?
Yo.
I don't know if that was on that album.
Yeah, that was on Demon Days.
Fuck. So look, damn. I'm only gonna give answers based off of my life. So that album and that song specifically helped with my imagination. You know what I'm saying? And it was something about, like I said, pushing something forward. Like I don't even know what to really call them. Like, are they a rock band? Are they like a indie
I
group?
think they're
Are
more
they
alternative, honestly.
alternative? Okay, so
Yeah.
but as a kid listening to that shit, bro, like
Man,
I didn't know what I was. I didn't understand it till
I didn't
later on.
understand it either, but I still fucked with it. But it's like you grow
Yeah,
up like,
bro. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely give it to Gorillas. Like I fuck with Outkast. Like Outkast is definitely top
Outkast is classic,
groups.
but
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But
Drew Hill versus 112.
uh, I'm not familiar with 112's game like that, so I'm gonna go with Drew Hill. But I just think it's funny that I'm going with
Peaches
Drew
and
Hill.
Cream was 112. What else? Cupid was 112.
Oh shit. Nah, I'm gonna still go Drew Hill because
Yeah, I
like
have to go Drew Hill.
like his
Those are the
brand
major
and
ones
like
I
what he
remember from One
stood
Twelve.
for.
And One
Like,
Twelve definitely did a lot with Diddy and them for sure.
yeah, yeah.
The Chronic, we all know who that's by.
Mm-hmm.
Versus The Diary by Scarface.
Mm. I had like this big ass year when I went into this rabbit hole for Dr. Dre. So Chronic definitely was kind of like the alley oop for the album that we were supposed to get.
Yeah,
So I gotta go with Chronic because you
hell
know
yeah.
I'm still waiting for the detox. I'm pretty sure this shit
Right.
never
Everybody's waiting
coming
for
out.
the detox for the past decade.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're not getting that shit. But yeah, I had went
God
to a
damn, bro.
bad
How
rabbit
perfect it is
hole.
supposed to be, Dre? Come on.
Yeah, bro. I think he's just scared, son. He's scared.
Producer wise, Kanye versus Dr. Dre.
Oh, Kanye. Like, I think Dr. Dre has some crazy ass like drums. You know what I'm saying? His samples were good too. But it's just like how Kanye can chop up almost anything. Like, it's almost like if you had to live the rest of your life with one production or one producer, who would you pick? And that's where my mind goes. I don't know why. It would have to be
Oh,
Kanye
yeah.
because Kanye can damn near give you Dr. Dre type beats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But can Dr. Dre do what Kanye did? Nah, not at all.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right. That kind of got me rethinking on my previous conversation with one of my other close friends. We were like top five. I still picked a lot of old heads, and I'm still finna brief. So I had Dr. Dre on that list. So I had Kanye, I had Dr. Dre on that list. I had Alchemist on that list. I have Timberland, and I had Pharrell on that list.
mm,
And the reason why I said that because those are producers. He said all time, right? In my head, okay, I gotta think about producers who made good ass sounds in the beginning and are still doing that to this day, and those same sounds for artists are gonna last another 10, 15 years. So I
literally.
picked those artists, but you made that statement. I'm replacing Dr. Dre with someone else, and gotta make sure I'm right about this one.
Yeah, think it's Kanye. It's Kanye, bro. So it's gotta be somebody
Yeah, let me replace
crazy.
Dr. Dre with RZA. I'll replace him with RZA. So instead of Dr. Dre on the list, I gotta pick. I feel like RZA is diabolical.
Yeah, he goes stupid too, but like I don't know. It's just
I don't know.
hard.
It's a tough one. I don't know. It's me saying it out loud now. It's
But
like I
like,
don't
bro,
know.
like yeah, like for me, like perspective wise, Kanye has given so much production over the
Yeah.
years and
No, I'm
throughout
saying
so
I was
many
saying
artists.
I would replace like on my top five list. I've been saying like I would
Oh, like
replace
replace him with
RZA
Dr. J?
with Dr. Dre.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
yeah. Being an all time, he still does great productions. Has always done great productions. Still does to this day. It's like yeah,
yeah,
doesn't miss.
yeah.
Doesn't miss. TDE versus Dreamville.
TD,
All time. All time.
TD. Just it's almost like like the '96 Bulls. Like TDE was just.
Stupid. All right, this is the classic one. Michael Jackson versus Prince.
So I'm gonna always go Michael Jackson because that was like one of my first forms of like music. It was really both, but Michael Jackson stood out to me like before I started making music, I wanted to dance and shit, and my whole thing was trying to dance like Michael Jackson. So it would be like my mama played in the living room, and then I'd be like, "Look, mom, look what I could do! I could do the same shit, moonwalk and
Right.
shit." So it was a whole thing with him. So, but aesthetic wise, like Prince definitely got it, and he was way ahead of his time with the androgynous look and shit. Like that's why we getting all of the androgynous like looks nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hell
pretty
yeah.
boys and shit like that. So yeah,
Hell yeah. Queen versus Elton John.
I'm gonna go Queen. Only because that was another pushing forward the genre. But Elton John
Yeah.
is such like a classic. It's like you cannot go wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? I think with Elton John, like you listen to Elton John, just gives you this good energy. You know what I'm saying? That I
Yeah.
can't really speak on with everybody
I'm
else. You know
still
what I'm saying?
standing better than I ever did.
Oh God, like
Feeling
he
like the
gets
truth
it.
of
He get
man.
like he know how to speak to your soul. You know what I'm saying? So
And he tear up on the piano every time.
what?
Like shit.
Yeah, he be on that shit. He be on that shit for sure.
Yeah, he learned from the best, I tell you the truth on that one.
Yeah.
Now this one's gonna be a little different. Johnny Cash versus Elvis. And it's crazy to say that because they're really two different genres if you think about it.
Yeah.
One's more folk, the other one's more rock. You know?
It's just like it's hard to put anybody with Elvis because Elvis is such an icon, bro. Like
Yeah,
you don't even have to know Elvis to know Elvis. Like
yeah. And I will also say this: there's been a few people who feel like Elvis. Oh yeah, he was racist. He was like, oh, he stole white people's music. Did he though? Put yourself in the. But like, I get it. I get it. It was the time. It was the '50s. And, you know what I mean? So it
mm,
was a rough time for a white man in that world to do music around black folks, and it come off. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
put yourself in that shoe. We didn't say that about Eminem in the early 2000s and the '90s.
real talk.
We
Oh,
didn't
we
say
didn't
he
give him
stole
enough.
rap.
Yeah, we didn't give him enough
We let
flowers for
that
that
nigga
shit.
have it. Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
you
Like I
from
mean,
Cookout.
like regarding like rap, like we kind of put him on like the top list of like lyrical
Right.
rappers. So I mean, you know, I wouldn't.
Elvis grew up around the neighborhood. Eminem grew up around the neighborhood. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying. So it's coming from a place of just like their environment. So it's not necessarily like he was on the whole other side of the world, just taken from a whole nother other side.
right. Like
He understood it. It was just, you know, we just like to gripe about certain things, and that was one of the things like with him. But I will say, like, I don't know, in that era, was that the narrative being pushed on him, or was that something that we later pushed on Elvis? But it didn't
I
seem
have
like
no
that when
clue
he was the
whether it
first
was
one.
because yeah, that's when I watched the movie most recently. That's definitely the narrative they pushed through the movie that he came off very well. The white folks didn't like it definitely because he was too,
Mhm.
you know what I mean, moving
Yeah,
around
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
He
Little
had too much
Richard and
soul in it.
them. Now, before we get to the first thing comes to mind, which is the most simplest thing on this list,
Mm.
we got it's time for these bars, man. We gonna see what you come up with, man, off the head. I mean, hey, I'm not even good at freestyling myself or off the dome, but shit.
I bet.
Let's see what you got. Maybe just a verse or two.
All right, for sure. So you just want me to like rap something?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
All right.
School lunch shit. I mean, I could come up with a beat. Let me see. Hold on. School lunch shit. You feel me?
Beat on the table and shit.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Let me get this shit off my head. Alright. That's how we gonna do it then. Okay. I'm not breaking nothing in here.
Yeah, cause you
Oh, I
don't
got my
bring
pick.
that
Hell
back.
yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Alright. We thinking slow pace, fast pace. Let me see. I can't do all that, so I'm gonna keep it slow.
Yeah, nah, just keep it simple, bro. Keep it simple. If you're gonna kill something.
Alright.
Okay. Off the top, no hezzy. I'm going for the yeah. Off the top, no hezzy. Yeah. Feel like DMX in that one movie. I'm trying to get it all up in her belly. I'm calling this one fine girl. I'm calling her Kelly, but she just wanna fuck me, but she can't get near me. I'm like trying to live this life that I'm trying to go through. Trying to be in my mind like jujitsu. Trying to eat this shit up like it's sushi, but I'm trying to fish for the line. I can't souffle. Hey, they just wanna come through and play. I just wanna three. Wait. I just wanna look through the whole masquerade. Hey, I just wanna fucking eat my cake. Put it in the fucking bakery, make it up. I just wanna fuck a bad bitch, no makeup. Hey, this some shit I can't make up. Yeah, that's all I got. Fuck.
Now let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not.
yeah,
Look,
yeah.
I'm not the craziest at that freestyling shit. I be trying, but like
Hey,
my
you do better
mind
than
not
I did.
working.
Shit, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, you do better than I did for real.
Fuck
Hell
yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah. Now that brings us to First thing comes to mind. Pretty simple. I'm gonna say one word. You say whatever you thinking, man. You know, no matter how crazy it is, you don't even have to be. You don't even have to relate to the same word. You just say it. You know what I mean? So
So,
first word, color.
blue.
Okay. Place.
Japan.
Country.
Russia.
Food.
Curry.
Smell.
Cologne.
Sound.
Birds.
Okay. Song.
Real.
Shoe.
Jordans.
Team.
Spurs.
And hero.
Black Panther.
Hell yeah. Now that brings us to the end. When y'all see this video, it's not going to look like this. I promise you when it comes out. But it will look much better. But I will say this. This isn't the last time y'all seen this, man. We're going to have him on for a second interview. We're going to have him on for Yard Talk News. We're going to have him on for something, goddammit. He drops a new song or album. We're going to do a whole, you know what I mean, little listening party. Like, come on. This ain't been the end. But my last question to you, man. What's next for you, man?
Honestly, just kind of getting the ball rolling on everything that I've been already doing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of gearing up to just drop a lot of like projects. I kind of said before, I kind of got like some new management, so they kind of helped me out on a lot of shit that I couldn't do on my own. You know what I'm saying? That and just you gonna start seeing my face a lot more, but only because like I've been more consistent on like across all platforms. So whether that be on like TikTok or like just my music in general, like my face is just gonna be everywhere. So
Yeah.
I think it's funny how you said this won't be the last time you're gonna see me, because you're gonna start seeing me everywhere. So if this is your first time seeing me, watch it either be you seen me before you seen this, or you seen me hella times after. So like I think that's just like I just think that's my MO right now, is like it's time to just put my face out there. Like it's time to really get active to where it's like you cannot ignore this nigga at all.
That's always the process, man. Do you have any questions for me?
I guess I would ask you like just coming from this place of just like, I guess like where you at as far as just like notoriety, what is something that keeps like you fueled to like keep it going? Because I can tell like just from going over your platform a little bit that, you know, you've been doing this for a second. So what kind of keeps you to like keep the gas going and just finding new people to just put on your platform and just giving them a place to just like have a voice?
Love, man. Honestly, one of these folks put one simple word: love.
Yeah.
I love music. I love life. I love connections. I love all that shit, and I get inspired by a lot of artists. Inspired from you. Inspired from a lot of. I made a lot of close friends in this shit with a lot of the artists I've interviewed, and they're some of the best people. I've learned a lot from them. I'm still learning a lot. I made connections through them as well, and I became, you know, got good connections with these other people, and that's connections are always meaningful, and that's what Yard Talk has always been about, is the connections. If you can get one connection, keep that and keep it rolling as long as you can.
Yeah.
That's the problem with the music part of with the music industry is it. A lot of artists are connected, but like there's some artists that are not connected or they're disconnected now. Like whatever's going on with Kendrick and Drake, I wish they would fix that shit. Drake, get your act together, stop acting like you hood, and make some goddamn good music, nigga.
Oh God, oh God. Yeah, bro. I think that's like the main thing, is
Like,
just like having that connections. So
for real, and that's what it's all about to me. For
that's
sure.
dope. Yeah.
But Yard Talk, like, subscribe, or else I'm gonna be at your motherfucking door
With that 4-4.
Yeah.
We ain't playing with you, ho.
Yeah. Nigga, I hope you stub your motherfucking toe.
Yeah. Oh God.
For shit show. Hey, but we out this bitch, motherfucker. You dig?
Strapped up, turn a dirty dance up, yeah. Buy guns to my best man, yeah. Lost in it, makes her life abandon. You left me abandoned.